Hi, my name is Michael Smith, and I'm the Director of Operations for the Rittner School District. Today, I want to share with you some of the many safety precautions we have in place for our students as we transition into Phase 2 of hybrid learning. Each day during student arrival, there'll be an increased number of entrances at each school to avoid clustering of students. Dismissal may take a little bit longer than usual as we try to avoid having students in large groups gathering together. Student temperatures will be taken daily as they enter the building. Buses will transport lower numbers of students to school each day while we are in the hybrid model. Students will each have their own seat on the bus to ensure proper social distancing. Bus drivers will be wearing personal protective gear, including a mask and face shield. If possible, we encourage families to drive their children to school. Face coverings and masks are mandatory for all students and staff. Masks must be worn at all times in school buildings by all of our students. Schools will provide masks to students unable to provide their own. Students will also take regular breaks for hand washing and will be taught the proper way to clean and disinfect their hands. In our classrooms, desks will be separated to allow for maximum space between students and to maintain proper social distancing. 6 feet of social distancing will be maintained whenever possible. Students must remain seated in desks in the classroom. Students will be seated in rows to avoid face-to-face contact. A seating chart will be documented daily by our teaching staff. There will be no sharing of classroom supplies by students, and students will not be allowed to share lockers. We have removed all carpets, rugs, and soft seating from the classrooms in order to provide proper disinfection each day. Gymnasiums can be used as spaces to house classes with no substitute teacher. Weather permitting, students will have PE classes and recess outdoors. During the school day, our schedules will be staggered to reduce the number of students in the hallway. One-way traffic flow has been created through buildings to limit the interaction of students during passing time. Students and staff are encouraged to bring water bottles. Students are discouraged from using the water fountains except to fill water bottles. Restroom breaks will be structured. Teachers will avoid individual restroom breaks to avoid student contact if possible. Students must maintain social distance during recess, and our recess times will be structured to prevent the mixing of classes on the playground. Students will eat breakfast and lunch in classrooms when possible. If cafeterias are being used, students will have assigned spaces to allow for consistency and social distancing. We are so proud of our custodial staff and the work they are doing each day to keep our schools clean and safe. Our custodial staff will regularly clean and disinfect high traffic and high touch areas in all buildings. We will also provide one additional custodian at each school site who will focus on daily cleaning and disinfecting. In addition, we have installed hand sanitizer stations throughout each building, including the areas where you enter and exit the building, as well as potential gathering areas in our schools. For the health and safety of our staff, there will be very few visitors allowed into our buildings. This includes parents and caregivers of our students. Parents will not be allowed to come into the building to drop students off in the morning. If a student must be picked up early, parents will meet the staff at the door and the student will be escorted to them. Plexiglass dividers have been installed in all school offices to help provide better protection for our office staff. We know that our staff and students may have some anxiety about returning to hybrid in-person learning. Please know that we are doing everything we can to keep everyone as safe and healthy as possible. Thank you.